and still about China, but now the connection also with Indonesia. Short documentary Shoulder to Shoulder Awakening, shared memories of resistance and independence in China and Indonesia, opens with a narration that transports viewers back to Asia before 1945, a time when the people of Nanjing and Jakarta struggled to survive under the oppression of invaders. In 1949, the five-star red flag was raised in Beijing. In 1945, the red and white flag fluttered in Jakarta. Though separated by mountains and seas, these two victories jointly testify to the triumph of the resistors. And now let's have a closer look at the documentary as well.
On December 13, 1937, the Japanese army invaded Nanjing and committed the horrific Nanjing Massacre, killing 300,000 Chinese soldiers and civilians. Before 1945, Asia was shrouded in a common darkness. In Nanjing and Jakarta, thousands of miles apart, people struggled under bayonets and chains. The core motivation for Japan's invasion of Southeast Asia was to obtain resources such as oil and rubber to sustain the war and to build a defensive system through strategic expansion. Between 1931 and 1945, Japan forced over 10 million Chinese laborers into servitude. These laborers suffered inhumane abuse, and many died from slavery and persecution. The tragic plight of the victims of forced labor exemplifies the profound suffering inflicted on the people of China, Indonesia, and other Asian countries by the Japanese militarist war of aggression. As Chinese soldiers and civilians built a great wall with their flesh and blood, Indonesian youth ignited sparks in the jungle. People from two lands, speaking different languages, cried out the same truth. The chains of oppression must be broken through struggle. On May 31, 1940, patriotic overseas Chinese leader Tan Kaki and his entourage arrived in Yenin. Their 9-day visit led Tan Kaki to the conclusion that China's hope lay in Yenin. The Nanyang Chinese Relief Association, led by Tan Kaki, not only channeled $1 billion in remittances and over 3,200 mechanics to China's war effort, but also sparked a wave of anti-Japanese sentiment across Southeast Asia. From Singapore to Java, locals engaged in strikes, fundraising, and even armed struggle to cut off the Japanese army's economic lifeline, building a great wall of the world against Japan. In 1949, the five-star red flag was raised in Beijing. In 1945, the red and white flag flew in Jakarta. These two victories, spanning mountains and seas, confirmed a truth. The dusk of the colonizers must be the dawn of the resistance. Victory is not the end, but the start of jointly safeguarding peace. In 1955, 29 Asian and African countries made their voices heard in Bandung, Indonesia, declaring that colonialism must end. Indonesian President Sukarno emphasized that this was the first intercontinental conference of colored people in the history of mankind. The Chinese delegation, adhering to the principle of seeking common ground while respecting differences, united the shared desire of Asia and Africa to unite, befriend, and cooperate. In October 2023, the Jakarta-Bandung High-Speed Railway, a landmark project of China-Indonesia cooperation, officially opened. Bilateral trade between China and Indonesia has increased from $73.87 billion in 2020 to $147.796 billion in 2024, surpassing the $100 billion. From flames of resistance to oppression to building bridges of common prosperity, from the cries for independence to commitment to safeguarding peace, this is a revelation written in blood by the people of Asia. The global village is not an arena, but a big stage for common development.